The Ordinary Bruja, a tinsy tiny story. Part 6. This is a work of fiction. Names, characters, businesses, places, events, and incidents are either the products of the author's imagination or used in a fictitious manner. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, or actual events is purely coincidental. And as Marisol reached the top of the hill, she noticed him. He was already there, waiting, his form wavering, like a shadow caught between this world and the next. Facing him, she squared her shoulders, refusing to let go of the strength she just recovered. "Why do you keep calling me strong?" she asked, her voice barely hiding its edge. "You don't know me." And the figure studied her in silence for a moment, then simply replied, "Strength isn't always in knowing. Sometimes strength is in learning." And before she could respond, he lifted his hand, motioning to a wildflower growing at the edge of the path, its petals withered, drooping. "Your first test," he said, his voice soft but firm. "Heal this wildflower." And the lonely Bruja blinked, caught off guard. "Heal it? How?" Still, she knelt beside the flower, feeling ridiculous. She had no idea where to start, but she would humor this man. "Think less with your mind," the figure said, his voice drifting through the fog, "and more with your heart. Think about it. What does this wildflower need from you?" She reached out hesitantly, brushing her fingers over the wilted petals, feeling the dryness beneath her touch. She closed her eyes, imagining the flower full of life, its petals bright and strong, and a warmth spread through her hand, a gentle pulse. And when she opened her eyes, the flower had lifted slightly, its petals a touch brighter. A surge of excitement flooded her, but only for a moment. "Is anyone watching me?" she thought. And her mind retreated to the girlies that mocked her before. And the flower drooped again, and she withdrew her hand, feeling foolish. To be continued. Stay tuned for part 7.